become instant contenders because of the importance of the quarterback position in the NFL. But it's not just reserved for the NFL. We saw it in Tom Brady. We saw it with Brady, right? He goes to the Bucs, second longest playoff drought. Boom, hadn't won a playoff game since Key's Super Bowl championship team. Boom, they're 60 minutes away from winning the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers could do it. Tom Brady has proven he can do it. And that leads to the third guy that might be able to do it. And that, of course, would be LeBron James. We've seen him take the Cavs to a championship, their first in 50 years. When they were terrible, we've seen them take the Heat to
When was that, Zubin?
2016.
You guys are getting me so hot.
Okay, hang on one second. I want to get right to you. Just want to figure it out. Lay it out for the fellas, and we'll get right to you and the fellas, right? Championship in Cleveland, first in a half century. Came back, boom. Remember, after he left Cleveland, they had the worst record collectively in the NBA. After he left, he comes back, boom, championship. Heat, kind of scuffling, goes there, multiple championships. Lakers had the 10-year championship drought, which is like an eon for Lakers fans, and he snapped that as well. So we're asking, if you put the King on, let's say, the Kings. They have the longest playoff drought in the NBA. They're a 6-10 team. Haven't made the playoffs in 14 years. If you put the King on the Kings, could they contend for a title right now? Want to hear your thoughts. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776, Key J and Z on Twitter. You fellas are hot on the phone line and on the Twitter feed, and Jay is hot. Jay, you're up.
What type of title, though?
Divisional
title, NBA championship.
I feel like you're coming back to my side on this one, kid. You are.
I want to clear it up.
NBA championship. Could he compete for an NBA championship?
No, he could not compete for an NBA championship.
They can compete to push to get to an NBA championship. I don't want to go all the way over the cliff and say they're going to win it or they're going to be in it. He can compete in the West if he went to the Kings.
The Nuggets are 10-7. They're the 4 seed. Are they better than the Nuggets?
Are they better than the Nuggets with LeBron James in the playoffs? Look, I say that LeBron James, but you're not just talking about, hey, dropping him on a team and going directly into the playoffs. He has to play a whole season. If you were taking LeBron James right now at 36 years old and taking him off the Lakers and just dropping him in to the Sacramento Kings with De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley, like he wouldn't be able to play 32 minutes a game. He would have to play 38, 39 minutes a game for this team to make the playoffs.
But why? Let me ask you this though, Jay. Why is he playing less minutes though? Let's be honest with each other.
Because they're by far the best team in the West. They're stacked. They're 10-0 on the road.
But
you have Anthony Davis. You have all the pieces. This team is better than what they were last year, Key.
But he's also, let's be honest with the listeners, he's also playing less minutes because he just stopped playing and won an NBA title a month and a half ago or whatever.
I disagree. I don't think LeBron James is slowing down. I think LeBron James is playing.
I didn't say slowing down. I said he just got off the court, so his minutes are going to go back up as they push toward the playoffs. I guarantee you that. He's you resting up. He just stopped playing though.
Understood that, but you don't have that luxury if he's playing on the Kings. You don't have the luxury to say, LeBron, play 32.7 minutes per night and rely upon Anthony Davis, another top 5 player, to score. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, you gotta play the extra 6 minutes.
But all I'm saying, Key, is over sustainability over 60 games. That compounds. That's a cumulative effect on your body at the age of 36 years old. And now I'm saying, like, you're gonna look. Could he get the Kings to the playoffs? Yes, he can get to the playoffs. But let's not talk about LeBron James dropping him right now at age 36 on the Kings for them having a chance to contend for a world championship or the Western Conference Finals. Like, let's calm down a little bit.
Let's get to the fellas.
No, think about it, Jay. How long you been covering the NBA?
I mean, I've been paying attention to NBA my whole life.
Covering it though. I know. Duh. I'm talking about covering it though for us at ESPN.
5 years.
5 years. So 5 years. Everybody been saying, well, he's playing too many minutes. Well, he's getting a little older. Man, that dude ain't slowing. That dude's a machine. He's a machine.
But he had an injury 2 years ago, Keith.
And guess what? Oh, how's he gonna come back off that injury? He's not gonna be great.
He bounced back. I hear. I mean, he bounced back.
That's all I'm saying, big dog.
Oh, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, have you guys watched a lot of Kings games?
Well, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the Kings, to be honest with you. since they had Chris Webber. I can't lie.
Okay, Key, and I'm not even getting into the front office. Granted, they made a lot of changes, but we are talking about an organization that has had a lot of influx and a lot of volatility over the course of the years. Like, it's not like it takes a lot to win a championship, from front office to playing with other top 5 players to be in place to help you get
Bibby
there.
to Weber, yes!
Mike Bibby.
That was 20 years ago.
I hadn't watched them since Mike Bibby, Doug Christie, Chris Webber, Vladdy.
Yes.
And I got love for Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. Those, I love watching them play. But to act like they can contend for an NBA championship just because I put LeBron James on that team right now at 36 years old.
I want to throw another caveat on this real quick. I want to know, though, if LeBron goes to the Kings, are other all-stars and other superstars going there? We just saw James Harden get traded. If LeBron is on the Kings and they need one more superstar, are they in the mix for James Harden? Because that's what happened when he went to Cleveland. They went and traded for Kevin Love. Players wanted to go play with LeBron, and if he's on the Kings, I think they can make moves to improve.
But that's really, you're going to, that's a different conversation.
Exactly.
That's a totally different conversation, Evan.
Yes, I think it's part of it.
No, we're talking about as the roster is constructed right now. Not any trades, not because the trade deadline, they're going to have to make moves if they want to get a championship. I think we all know that. But we're just talking about right now, as it's constructed, can we drop King James in the hole and he'll climb out with them on his back, much like we saw him do early in his career with Cleveland and even the last time around in Cleveland.
All right, so let's hear from the fellas. And also, I would also be enjoying the LeBron James-Luke Walton reunion. That would be quite something else, right? We're asking this morning
I'm not talking about the coach.
Could LeBron compete for an NBA championship? I said title. Keith thought I meant division title. You think we'd be asking about a division title on the show? 53.8% of you have said yes. 53.8%.
CJ? Man, the public has spoken.
Yeah, because the public is watching too many damn sports right now, and they're not watching Kings games. All I'm saying, Key, is people naturally say, well, LeBron, this is the argument I'm seeing online. Well, LeBron took the Cavs. I'm like, yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Doesn't matter. You keep talking, man. I don't want to cut you off. I just did, though.
You just cut me off.
It doesn't matter, but you keep talking about this man's age. He is not broke down. He is a machine. How many times do we talk about the amount of money that he spends on his body so he can make those runs? All I know is he's healthy and he's rolling. Until he falls apart, he can do it.
I'm rolling with him, Key. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is if you increase his minutes at this stage of his career, coming off how long he played last year, right? You're increasing the probability of LeBron James being hurt. I'm not saying he maybe could not be hurt, but you're increasing that because now you're asking him to do exponentially. You know much more? How much better was it for you, Key, when you played with other championship caliber players? How much easier was the game for you?
It's always football's different, but when you have other complimentary.
When you had a great quarterback, how much easier was it for you?
Whenever you have a great quarterback, a Keenan McCardell opposite of you, and Joe Jurevicius opposite of you, you're gonna have opportunities to cook. There's no question about it.
That's what Anthony Davis is to LeBron James right now.
I get what you're saying, but that's not what we're saying. We're not talking about Anthony Davis because he didn't have some Anthony Davises in Cleveland, and I know he was younger.
See, you're going to the argument that I talked about. You're talking about him taking Cleveland when he was his first 5 or 6 years of his career. When he was a young pup, he can play all those minutes. It didn't matter.
I personally think it's not just about LeBron on the floor. It's about what great players like Tom Brady, LeBron James bring to the team, to the table.
Tom Brady couldn't take Jacksonville to the Super Bowl.
I'm not going to bet against that. I'm sorry. I know you're a betting man, but I can't
bet money that if you put Tom Brady on Jacksonville,
I can't bet against it.
Keyshawn Johnson,
I cannot.
How long have you been covering the NFL?
A long time. They got a young stud running back. They got a couple receivers that's decent. I can't bet against terrific Tom. I'm just saying. I'm not going against Tom Brady. Not right now. I ain't doing it.
I can't believe I'm hearing you say this.
I can't go against him.
You would bet money on dropping Tom Brady on Jacksonville for them getting to the Super Bowl.
Hey, I put it this way, competing. Now, whether or not getting to the Super Bowl is a hard thing. Competing, they're going to be a competitive team. They won't, put it this way, they won't have the number 1 overall pick in 2022. That's for damn sure.
That's two different
No doubt about it.
conversations.
Again,
We have
we'll
to
talk
break.
about it all
Oh.
morning long. Again, the
my
poll
goodness.
question this morning: could
Go
the
get some
Kings
Tylenol if we're giving you a headache.
I might
lead
need
the
some, yeah.
Kings, the team with the longest NBA playoff drought, into title contention? 888-ESPN. We'll take calls all morning long, so hang on if you can. And if you can, you can hook us up on Twitter. Do so with your comments at KeyJ and Z. Last comment from Dave on Twitter. He said he could lead the LA Kings to the championship.